Hello and welcome to our final installment, our third of three installment of No Quarter Live, Madison Square Garden version 1973. As I said in the other two videos, it's a compilation of like four different splices. Okay, but anyway, so where we're going to take it from? Okay, we're going to take it from 2 of 3 left off at you know, the right there. Okay, so musically that'd be like and of course that's where the crowd goes. Bonham Pride turns, grabs a smoke, maybe takes a little sip of orange juice or a Beck's. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then dogs of doom are howling. They carry no. Okay, then we're going to pick it up from there. Okay, so that's what's going to happen now. Ta-da! So here we are at the drum kit. Okay, we are now at the drum kit. So what happens is then after the okay, that's where we left off in part 2 of 3. Part 3 of 3, Bonham, Page is sort of cranking away on the solo. He's going berserker there. Bonham kind of first starts like, but then what happens is he starts going into the that I left off part 2 of 3 on. Bonham kind of just playing time for like a bar and a half. It's like, because Page is going berserker on the solo, but then he starts going to a pattern like so 1. Okay, he does that for about a bit of a bar. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Does that fill, but then we're going to start getting into the so we get into that, which is kind of like out of the crash. It's like except we got it coming on that crash. Okay, so the neat thing about that, this is kind of hard for me. I just sort of go and plot this out because it's kind of difficult and it's very delicate. With my left hand, I can't really do a whole lot of delicate. I've been working on my left hand a lot. I've made a lot of progress going from the German to the French, but it's sort of in a state of flux, so it's still a little extra like, okay? So what happens is right when he comes in, he hits the 1 and the 2. Relatively at a medium dynamic. But then in this latter part of that first verse, if you want to take a quick look at it, this is my notation. I don't know how helpful it'll be for you. It's kind of like Spanglish. This is sort of like proper notish, but not really. Take a screenshot of that guy. So let me come in. Okay, so that last, that's the 4E and a 4E and, but it's very soft. I didn't even hit the last one. So, very soft, okay? All right, going into the second bar, this one's kind of cool because it's like 1E and a 2E and a 3E and it goes like this, and how we count it is 1 bass drum, E and the and on the snare, and then the on a bass drum with an open hat, skipping the 2, and then a E of 2 on the open hat. So 1E and, so 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a, okay? So then the second part of the second bar I find difficult, okay, just to make kind of smooth. Because what happens is then after the 1E and a 2E and a 3, he puts the snare on that 3. 1E and a 2E and a 3. But right after that 3 he has a, okay? And I think a lot of that when he plays soft like that with the hat is played on top of the hi-hat. Not like this, but like this. Because that actually really is the second chunk of the second bar. Okay, so that 1E is what that is that those are technically, because we're in 16th noteville, now bear with me here, because we're in 16th noteville, there's the 3, so boom ba ba boom boom ba ba boom. Boom, ba. So that's how that goes. And it's really important if you can mouth it. I swear to God, if you can kind of sing and scat stuff, you can play it. So, boom, ba, ba, boom, boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, 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 boom, ba. That's the pattern. Boom, ba, 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 boom, ba, ba. But it's hard for me to sing it and do the hat at the same time. So here we go with the hat. Okay? Okay, so if I were to go slow on the, that open hat sort of just on the second of those 30 seconds. And there's no, there might be a little, you know, remember how I was doing before in the other videos? You might throw a little snare grace note in there, but I find that hard to do and I can't quite figure out if it's there. I don't think it is. So 1E and a 2E and a 1E and, so 1E and a 2E and a 3. Okay? So again, without the hi-hat stuff. With the hi-hat, so moving on then to the third verse, which is, well, we'll call it the third bar. We do a crash. Cool. It's like one of those, kind of like, psh. But then what happens is the third chunk. We just do a 1 on the bass drum. We skip a little. There's kind of, which is kind of cool. So like less is more. But then he has a couple light grace notes on the and the of 2. So that would be 1E and a 2E and 1E and a 2E and okay, that's sort of the first part of it. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. So that's how it would kind of go. So 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E. So boom, ba ba, boom, 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 ba ba, boom. 1E and a 2E, da da, doom, 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 ba ba. Okay, boom, 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 ba ba. So 1E and a 2E and a... So then into the fourth chunk. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... See that? 1E and a 2E and a 3E okay? But what he does on that hi-hat is the hi-hat opens. So go. Okay, one more time. 1 and a 2. Okay, so now into the last part. Okay, when it first comes in, it's like, but he does sort of like a little boogie, sort of like he plays a little with the bass. So. Actually, when he first comes in, it might be a double snare. So, okay, I think it does that. But what happens is, the neat thing about this is that he kind of then goes into a pattern, which kind of sounds goofy if I play it by myself. But when it's going with the well, not really the bass. I mean, there's no bass guitar, but the pedals and the keyboards with the guitar, it's kind of cool because he goes. Which comes out into the bam 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 with the sweeps of the piano. But when he does that. I know this is long and tedious, but this is the way it goes. Again, it's one of my favorite Zeppelin jams. I want to try and be as accurate as possible without devoting numerous hours to it. So then the neat thing after that is that Bonham just sits there and smokes one if he's got one. Dogs of doom are howling more. I don't know, did they put that delay on there? I think that dawning more. Woo! They carry news. Last one, what he did earlier in the song is more like, but in this one it's like kind of like a broken sort of 16. So. Right, but the hi-hat's doing the hi-hat's going all open a little. The hi-hat's really chomping away there. That's why it kind of sounds like he's out in the head. And then after that, we're kind of boogieing along, boogie woogie woogie. We're into it. They ask no quarter. He kind of Plant sort of goes around kind of one extra. I always thought was kind of cool, but which is kind of cool. But again, what I've said before is with these Vista-like drums, they sound so cool. I always thought on this Eddie Kramer engineered recording. But again, the bass drum and the tom sort of all kind of really at the same timbre. Oh, and then we're, what is dysentery without quarter? And then, not really dysentery, but, that's really cool. Oh, the pain without chord. Now I gotta get softer. Oh, the pain. He does like a little pattern. That's not really it, but it's kind of almost paradiddly. So it's kind of okay, so I'll try it soft. Hi-hat. Oh, fuck the hi-hat. Oh, the pain, the pain. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Okay, so that's what he does. I'll try it. Oh, the pain, the pain. That doesn't happen there. What does happen there? Let me get my memory together. That's it. So, ooh, yeah. That's kind of exactly how the very end sounds. So that last note, it's not, it's like, he almost like hits one of the toms. But then he sort of hits just the crashes without the bass drum afterward, but a little after the keyboard. Okay, for the love of criminy, that's it, okay? It's hard. I mean, remember, this is Bonham we're talking about. This is a jam they'd worked on since the dawn of time. That they were great musicians. I was talking about Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, Robert Plant, and Bonham. Okay? So hopefully this was helpful. I'm going to duct tape this together because I had a couple edits in there. Because I do find it a little difficult. Okay? And I might have glazed over a couple teeny little things. But again, more videos on the way. And I have a great video about, if you're a vintage Ludwig guy, I have a nice video coming right up which will be kind of cool for snare drums. Thanks for watching.